All right, here we go. We have Detroit's finest in the building. 42 Dugg, first ever Vlad TV interview. Man, first of all, man, congrats on your success.
Appreciate
what you
it.
pulled
Appreciate
off,
it.
what you pulled off, man, is incredible.
I appreciate it.
Incredible, man. I've seen a lot of dudes come and go, and like I feel like when you hit the ground running, like you just kept going.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah. Never took your foot off the gas. Kept dropping bangers over and over again. Kept pushing the envelope, man. Congrats.
No, for sure.
Well, first interview. I want to start in the very beginning. So born and raised in the east side of Detroit. So what was Detroit like during that time?
Well, when I was born, I probably don't remember. But far as growing up, cool. Like a lot of high school parties, a lot of activities such as playing basketball, football. I was one of them type of motherfuckers, like always in the rec centers, always playing football, basketball, shooting dice, shit like that. That type of shit.
Okay, so only child.
Yeah, for 16 years.
Okay, me too. Only child.
Okay.
Okay, and then 16 years later, your mom had another baby?
Yeah.
Okay, so during those 16 years, living with both parents, just your mom?
Just my mama and my grandma.
Okay, and where's your dad?
Like, in the streets, shit like that. In and out of jail.
Did you guys have a relationship?
Yeah, we was cool.
Okay, but how often would you see him?
Hey, month or two. Shit like that.
I mean, did that bother you? I mean, especially being an only child and being a boy. Your mom is cool, but your dad is something different.
I probably don't fuck with it now more than I did then. Because then, you a kid, you like, shit, you just going through whatever it is. But now I'm like, damn, I got kids, so.
Right. So now you look at your situation, you have 3 kids.
Yeah.
And just think about how important you are to their lives.
Yeah, for sure. So I just think of like that, like, damn. I know I'm getting money, like, you know what I'm saying? You hear about a motherfucker getting money and you like, damn. And you like base it on how your circumstances is and you like, damn. And I'm like, well, my kid got everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, my kids got everything. And one of my kids, his mama do like the child support thing. So, that kind of distanced me. Cause you know what I'm saying? I feel like I did more without the court system being in my business. So, and she knew that. So when I told her that, I'm like, once you do that, I ain't gonna too much be. It ain't gonna be the same. You put the courts in my business. I let her that beforehand. Like.
Yeah.
And she went with it, and I send the money every month. But it ain't the same how it was. So, and with my other kids, it's an everyday thing. It lets me and my baby mama into it. But more so, it's an everyday thing. And even if we into it, I like shop for them every day, get everything they need. So seeing that, you look at your daddy or some shit like that, like, damn, homie, this how easy it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every time I go get something, I get them something.
Well, but your dad was going in and out of jail.
Yeah.
What was he going to jail for?
I don't know. I ain't never looked into it.
Okay. He's still alive?
Yeah.
Do you guys have a relationship now?
We cool. We cordial.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Does he ever ask for money?
No, he got too much pride to ask for money.
Okay. Do you ever just like break him off just to do it?
Yeah, I tried. I tried a few times.
Okay. Well, you had a friend named D-Dot.
D-Dot. Yeah.
Said that he would fight everybody.
He was in a little bit. He was cool.
Okay.
How you know that?
Yeah, it's actually one of your interviews.
Straight up?
Yeah. Yeah, you talked about him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or he might think I'm the feds, little baby. When I brought up this one thing with little baby, he's like, how you know that? And then that became a whole meme.
Then I said it.
No, you said it. You can look it up. Okay, and you got into a fight with a white dude.
Exactly.
Was it like a racist thing? Was it like whites and blacks kind of clicked up in there?
How you know that?
Well, that's just how prison is most times.
I'm talking about how you know I got into it with a white dude, though.
I think you may have mentioned it in the past.
No, for sure. I believe.
Yeah. Okay, so you're growing up in Detroit, And around age 12, you started stealing cars?
Well, not really. I didn't really start stealing cars. I hopped in a car that was stolen.
It was already stolen?
Yeah.
And what happened next?
I never really actually stole a car. I went to jail for carjacking once, but I never really actually. I hopped in a car that was already stolen, and my luck was so bad that when I pulled out the driveway, the police surrounded me.
Okay, and you were 12 years old?
I was 12 years old.
I mean, could you even, like, reach the pedals at that point?
Yeah, I couldn't even drive.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I just was being bad. I knew the car wasn't theirs, whoever I was with. So I'm like, who the fuck will tell me I can't drive this motherfucker? So when I got in it, by the time I got to the end of the driveway, I got surrounded.
Okay, so now you're surrounded by a bunch of cops at 12 years old. They must have been laughing a little bit.
Hell no, they was mad.
Oh, really?
I bagged into their car.
Oh, what? You hit the police car?
I hit the police car. I bagged into their car. They punched me in the face. I'm like, damn, the fuck?
Oh.
And they took me to jail.
Okay. So now you get locked up for Grand Theft Auto at 12 years old and hitting a police car. Did your mom have to come down to pick you up?
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
I mean, she was mad. They put me on tether, but I was so young, I couldn't stay in the house. So eventually I violated the tether and went back. Judge just let me go.
Okay.
Yeah. I was only 12, 13, so she wasn't really like, she just let me go, let me stay out of trouble type shit.
Well, around that same time, you started gambling?
Yeah, I was gambling by around that time, for sure.
Okay. Dice?
Yeah.
Craps?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I mean, everyone plays craps, but you took it really seriously.
Well, I tried to use it to my advantage. I'm like, what could I do better to make it an advantage of mine? You know, so I tried to think like that. And, with shit like that, gambling, you think you got an advantage until you start losing.
Well, you'll have an advantage if the dice are loaded.
Yeah, for sure.
For using loaded dice back then?
I wouldn't say I was, but I knew somebody who had some. That's
Right.
why now a lot of people who got loaded dice, they just get hip to that shit. And I know them whenever they come out. You know what I'm saying? So I be like, it's hard to gamble now because everybody use them.
Right. Okay, but at 12 years old, you were winning like 10, 15,000?
Yeah, for sure. A couple times.
From who?
I won it like from my uncle.
Okay, so you were betting with adults.
Yeah, hell yeah. I won
Okay.
from like my uncle, shit like that.
All right, well, what happens at 12 years old, you win and they don't want to pay you?
I called somebody.
You've had that situation happen?
I think it happened about once.
Okay. So what happened? You won how much?
I probably won like 3,500. It wasn't a lot.
Okay, and then they just didn't want to pay.
You gotta think I was like 4 foot. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, so they're like, what are you going to do about it?
they like, what you gonna do? So I just used to call them up. But it ain't happened that much. 'Cause a lot of people I used to gamble with was familiar with me. Like, but when I'm unfamiliar with somebody, almost they'll be, if it don't happen, they'll be trying it down there more than half the time.